Hello everybody, this is the Rabid Hedgehog, and this is going to be my ride and review of the 2013 Moto Guzzi V7. And this is actually the first time I've ever been on a Moto Guzzi. So let me get some wheel time here for a second and figure out how this thing feels. So far I'm actually impressed with it. Very smooth little bike. That was a quick look. At any rate, the V7 is a 750cc motorcycle with a 90-degree V-twin. I do like the way the Guzzis do that weird transverse mounted V-twin where it actually sticks out the sides versus you know, down the center line of the bike. And I mean, right now I'm actually very comfortable. This has a very standard, almost cafe style racing position. This does have some aftermarket gear on it from the original owner. It has this fairing that does not usually come with it. It also has a heated grip system, and the bar end mirrors that's actually on here as well are aftermarket. And let's try to get through traffic here, so I apologize. My head's a little bit more scattered than usual. This is also, like I said, I'm at Brookside Motorcycle Company, Tulsa, Oklahoma. So, watch out there, dude. So, I'm not actually in my normal area either. I'm actually completely long way from the Oklahoma City area right now. That shifter feels a little weird. Something I'd have to get used to. Alright, while we're stopped, as you can see, standard affair, you do have your start and stop switch, of course starter, horn, and their signaling device along with your bright selection. On the dashboard you do have both the regular analog tachometer, analog speedometer. Dude, slow down, man. Oh, I was just worried about what that truck was doing. And you got some digital readouts for the odometer and the temperature gauge. Actually, haven't found where to scroll that yet. Let me see. No, that's going to be your flash to pass right there on the back end. Get over here on the interstate and see how she feels going on there. Once I get these bar ends in there, they're pretty good. Oh yeah, she's got good power. Like I said, about 50 horsepower. This is going to be kind of a short trip there. Kind of rush hour traffic right now. Yeah, it likes to get out there and go. I like this bike a lot. It has some pretty good vibrations in the foot pegs, but you know, overall not too bad at all. It doesn't get up to the handlebars at all. Very stable. But yeah, the power is fantastic. It's got good spirit, very good spirit. That's what I want to say. It's got great spirit. The exhaust is stock on this bike, so it doesn't have anything special. Engine braking is actually really adequate. Very adequate. Very balanced bike. And downshifting, I don't get that shaft problem either. Shaft lag, as I like to call it. I don't know what anybody else calls that, but I call it shaft lagging. It actually handles very well when you downshift. The transmission is very good, very clean shifting. A lot of people say that Moto Guzzi is like the Italian Harley Davidson, very agricultural, but I think this thing is great. I have no problem with it at all. I think it's a very adequate ride. Definitely very competent on the highway. I mean, it's a fairly windy day today, and well, at least in the crosswind right now, and to be honest, I'm not being pushed around. The weight is adequate. The filling on this bike is absolutely adequate. I mean, this chassis, like, I mean, it lags a little in the transition, not by much. You can see it kind of has a little bit there, but very clean running bike, very easy to use bike. I mean, I like this thing a lot. It does very well for highway speeds. Comfort is fantastic. Kind of using the engine braking here. Like I said, the shifter's a little bit weird to get used to. Whenever you get it all the way into first, it still will go down. It's like spongy. Like, I know all bikes generally have a little bit of give when it's still in first, but you can tell this one's spongy and still goes all the way down. At least this one. I don't know if it's because it was used or if that's how Moto Guzzi is, but it's a little weird to get used to because you're used to that positive I'm in first thing, and this one kind of has a little bit of that give to it. And like I said, this one's got 17,844 miles on it. So this one's seen around the block since 2013. I mean, it's only 3 years old. And you know, 17,844 miles, and this thing is very, you know, well put together. I mean, I don't hear anything jiggling on it. I don't see anything loose on it. Like I said, it's been modified, and the modifications are holding up very well. So overall, this bike is a great find if you can find one of these Moto Guzzis running around. What I'll do is in the description below, I'm going to go ahead and paste, you know, everything that I can on this bike. You know, the specs and everything that I can find on it, and what you can expect to find them used. Like I said, I like doing these used bike reviews. That way, if you can't afford a new bike, you know, you can always find something out there that's pretty cool. Over here, I found these two little buttons here. This is your time and your temperature on the right side, and you got your trip odometers. And then your regular odometer, and that's all you have on this bike. You don't have anything extremely special on this one. This one's just pretty much basic, which is okay. It is a 5-speed gearbox. Went ahead and counted it out. Accelerates really well. I mean, it does very good bike. I mean, I love it. I can't say anything negative against it. This is the first ever time I've got to ride a Moto Guzzi, and I like it. I love this bike. It's so simplistic, and it's just a perfect bike. I mean, there's nothing nothing getting in the way of enjoyment. You know, and you'd think that looking down here, you could see the head here. You'd think you'd get a little bit of heat off that, but you know, I don't really feel anything right now. It seems like it's perfectly adequate. That it's cooling my legs are just perfectly not burning up or anything crazy. It seems like it's perfectly adequate. When I'm going over these bumps on this road here, the suspension is perfect. I mean, it has very good rebound on the suspension, and just I mean, and this is a traditional fork. It's not even inverted. So this is pretty cool. I mean, this is a really cool bike. It's just got this classicness to it that's just like all-time awesomeness here. Man, this thing is pretty dang cool. Turns really well. Very good bike. I mean, I'm just what can I say? It's pretty dang awesome. I have no idea where I'm going. But I like it. I like it a lot. Ah, okay. I see where I'm at now. So I'm gonna go back across the bridge and back toward the dealership. Let's see how it's gonna go. This thing is pretty dang cool. I mean, it's not the most powerful bike in the world. Don't expect to go anywhere fast, but I mean, you're gonna get there at a very good clip. I mean, very adequate power. Like I said, it's about 50 horsepower, so it's got a little bit more than the 883 you know, Harley Davidson Sportsters. It's a bunch lighter, so the whole chassis and everything feels a lot better than Harley Davidson's chassis. I mean, it's a much thinner bike too. This thing's just awesome. I don't have anything but praise right now for this thing, and it, like I said, it's a couple of years old and everything should be loosened up, but as many miles as it's already seen. You never know how hard it's been ridden too, you know. But it's just beautiful. Absolutely a great bike, Moto Guzzi. And when you're looking here, if you want to know what everything is, that's your bright, that's your turn signal, your fuel injection, or fuel light I should say, not fuel injection, then your neutral, oil, and service engine light. That's what you got up there in that little pod. Like I said, engine braking is adequate. It's not going to be the best, but it is adequate enough to slow you down. You don't need to tap your brakes here. It feels so weird when you do that. It actually has a small pull to it. So at any rate, this is the Rabid Hedgehog, and this has been my first review of the 2013 Moto Guzzi V7. If you have any questions about the Moto Guzzi, leave them in the comments below. Like I said, fantastic bike. Definitely would approve this freaking bike. It's an amazing little bike. I like it a lot. And, you know, we'll catch you on the next review. Keep that shiny side up, folks.